Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are back on Forza Horizon 4 and today we are checking out the two brand new cars of the week. Now, two things I'd like to say first of all. One thing to comment about my mic quality. I have had a comment saying it would be really nice if you had a better quality mic. Unfortunately, I have tried all I could to try and get my headset and my PlayStation microphone to work with the capture card. I can't seem to get it to work. If you've got any ideas how to get it to work, please let me know down below. That might be you might be the best way of you might know the best way of doing it, but I don't know. I've tried for ages and I couldn't get it to work. Even if I'm just literally connecting up to my controller, speaking down it, it just won't capture it on the capture card. I don't know why that is, but it does. It's really weird. The other thing is, I apologise for the lateness of this video. I have been very busy the past week or so. I'm going to be continuously this busy until the 11th, when I'm actually going to get my first day off for a few weeks, and then I should be able to get the DLC video out straight away, because we should receive the Fortune Island DLC on that day. So yeah, I should be able to upload that by about maybe 7 o'clock London time on that Tuesday. Anyway, so that's those bits out of the way. This week we've got two pretty good cars. We've got the 2005 Ferrari FXX, a car that I've wanted in this game since Horizon 3. Well, wanted in a Forza since Horizon 3, and it was actually originally in Test Drive Unlimited 2. That's where I think it was one of the first games I ever drove this car in, the FXX anyway. And also we've got the 1953 Jaguar C-Type. Now, this was a car I completely and utterly forgot about. I knew it existed, but I just forgot it even existed. And to be honest, I'm really happy to see this car back in a game. To be honest, it's actually in a game. I don't recall any games actually having this car in. So yeah, this is brilliant. So I think first of all we'll check out the Jag, since I've got it highlighted. So we'll go on this. I wonder if we can change the colours. Also, I don't expect this to be. Oh, what are we doing? I don't expect this to sound particularly different to any other car we've got in the game. I expect it to sound like the E-Type or the D-Type, something like that. But then in the end of the day, it does make sense if it sounds like the D-Type, because it has got the same engine. So the 3.8 litre straight 6. That makes complete sense. It's actually an unusual looking car. I didn't realise how unusual this thing actually looks. Right, so let's open this thing up. So we've got the bonnet and one door. So the steering wheel looks pretty normal, like a racing steering wheel that you expect in the Jag. It's got some carpet, some no carpet on the ground, got some buckle seat belts, a very plain race car interior, which is rather nice. No complaints there. There's no boot or anything like that to open up, because obviously there isn't one. But if we have a look at this glorious 3.8 litre straight 6, all nicely done up in chrome. Now, I've actually seen a XK150. It's the S version, and what it had done, it had a D-type conversion. So a whole D-type engine had been put into it, and it sounded amazing. Yeah, it was had side exit exhaust as well. I don't normally like customization like that. I do think it has kind of ruined it, but it was still pretty cool to see. Anyway, and yes, this engine looks absolutely glorious in chrome, all chrome plated and lovely. Whoa, that was a bit weird, but okay, fair enough. So yeah, that's enough inspecting. Let's have a quick look at the customization. I can't imagine it being brilliant as an old car. The usual stuff. We'll look at the visuals. The front bumper has got Forza thing, which looks hideous, and we've got the spoiler here that also looks hideous. It kind of looks to me like a rip-off of the Aston Martin DBR, which is the £10 million car in this game, or 10 million credit car in this game, I should say. Anyway, let's exit out of here and give it a test drive. Oh, it just had to be, didn't it? This game always rains in a roofless car. We'll just have to put up with it for now. As I expected, it sounds exactly the same as the D-Type. Possibly the D-Type. I think the D-Type sounds a little bit higher end than this, but Yeah, it all sounds exactly the same to me. It feels about as fast as like, well, in the rain these tyres aren't doing this car any justice whatsoever. I was down expecting, I wasn't expecting the grip to be that little. So, yes, it feels in terms of acceleration and general speed, it feels still pretty much how we expect. Not brilliantly fast, but average, about, they've had E-type sort of speed. Brakes, yeah, they're absolutely awful. I can't even stop. There we go. That's pretty bad. I stopped ages before that corner into the opposition. But I put the brakes on ages before that corner, and obviously it stopped. But then again, it's a bit biased because the ground is a bit wet. Quite bad understeer. Yeah, it's quite a weird car, this one. It's got a bit of understeer, a bit of oversteer. If you put the power on, you go oversteer. When you're trying to go around the corner, you get quite bad understeer. So performance-wise, this isn't a particularly good feeling car. It's old, so you're going to expect it to feel a little bit awkward. But yeah, it's quite bad. But let's have a look at the performance figures and everything. So if we go to the garage and my cars, so this thing would cost 5 million credits if we got it in the game before the DLC, like we didn't get it for free, you'd have to pay 5 million credits for it, which is quite a high amount. So if we go to salt, we go to salt by class, while I was sitting there on it. So yeah, it's in the classic racers class, I think. No, classic racers. So the performance-wise, it's got 225 horsepower, which is not too bad at all for a straight six. Let's have a look at this. 241. So it's got a little bit less than even a 300 SL, which is a year younger, I suppose. We'll give it that, but still, it's considerably more powerful. If we filter it to classic races, we can have a look around at what else is the competition. Where am I going? Oh, I've got straight past it. I always do that. I'm thinking, nah, it's not going to be up there, it's going to be down there. I can't have missed it, and of course I did. Classic races, there we go. Right. So, around 225 brake horsepower is in quite a low class. It's the same. How would you look at that? I thought it was about the same sort of feel about the car as sort of Mark II E-type sort of feel. I thought it felt like that. Yeah, that's quite surprising. I thought actually it'd be a lot more powerful. I thought it'd be more sort of perhaps this sort of area, like B class. But no, I was completely wrong, and it's a little bit lower. So I don't even know if it's even like trying to compare the brake horsepower. I feel like doing like a lap round my little track, because if you think about it, it's just going to be pretty bad, which is such a shame. So it's even a few years older than this Porsche. So maybe we can compare it against that. But then again, look at the price difference. That's 600k, and that's 5 million. So I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. So yeah, when we do a race, maybe we'll do it compare against the Porsche. Why not? Just do it. So if we go over to the the auto show is what I meant to say, and let's pick up the Ferrari. Now, hopefully they haven't messed up the car sound with this, or the engine sound of this. They have ruined a few car sounds recently, but yeah, this looks promising. In Test Drive Unlimited 2, the wheels were black, but it's quite nice to see them with silver wheels, or alloy. It's only got one colour. I shouldn't say, but I shouldn't have, because you've got no choice. You've only got limited amount of colour schemes you can do. I haven't even got every car in the game. I ran out of paint schemes, even though I haven't actually sort of done my own custom paintworks or many cars at all. Maybe about 2 or 3, if that. That wouldn't be good. Anyway, so we open this thing up. It's a pretty good looking car. It's effectively an Enzo with loads of Formula 1 prototype bits on it. Because the XX Ferrari cars have prototype parts on them, and if they are well received by the customers and they make the lap time really good, they actually throw those prototype parts on their F1 cars. So yeah, XX cars are quite good. So let's jump in to have a look at the engine bay. You're gonna have some nice red bits and pieces there to show it's definitely a Ferrari. Now hopefully they haven't screwed up the sound in this. I have mentioned this earlier, but the Ferrari Enzo, or the Ferrari Enzo Ferrari, as I've been told, it's called the Ferrari Enzo Ferrari. That sounded terrible in this game. It sounds absolutely awful. In Horizon 3 it sounded brilliant. Same as the Maserati MC12. But in this game it sounds terrible. So hopefully they haven't ruined this car sound. So yes, nice engine bay. Got a nice V12. Massive crazy exhaust. Let's take a look at the interior. Go past these lovely sort of butterfly doors. Yeah, lovely. In Test Drive Unlimited 2, that screen up there you see that's acting as a mirror, that was a sat-nav, so that was quite interesting. But of course this guy has no mirrors. It's all done by a camera. If we close it up here. Ah, you can't see the cameras. You might be able to see it over there. There is a camera on the wing. There should be anyway. Or maybe not. They're not here at all. I think maybe what we've got to do is have a look at the roof. There should be a camera up there. Yeah, there it is. On the roof there, that you see there. There's a camera there. So that's actually your mirror. But of course in Test Drive it was a sat-nav. So yeah, quite race car looking, bits and pieces here, quite solid looking seats, no carpets, just a pure race car. Anyway, so let's jump out of here, just have a quick look at the customization. I can't imagine that being particularly good, as it's not like a JDM car or anything. Yeah, you see the customization itself is really, really down. And there are no bodywork parts, so yeah, that's pretty much what I concluded, apart from it's even less than I thought. So let's jump out of here and give it a drive, and the moment of truth, does it sound good? As you know, I'm quite particular on my car sounds, so I do enjoy good sounding cars. Right, so if we... If it doesn't sound bad, I definitely can say that. It sounds like the F12, but this is just the F12 sound. But really should sound a bit higher revving, like a bit like La Ferrari perhaps. Or what the 599 XX sounded like in Horizon 3. That really good. I'm very tired, so I do apologise for that. Brakes is really good. And it's really sharp. We've all done really. We've gone on from like one end of racing to the next. I know it's not the most modern car. It's like what 13 odd years old, but it has gone from like where the racing sort of began around the 1950s. But I say it started miles before then. But I'd say the development side of things, a little bit more. Yeah, just had to lose grip then and fly right into the tram. Oh, hold on. That's awesome. I just looked down there. Look at that. ABS is on. ABS is on, the traction control on the dashboard. If you look closely, it says TCS, which means traction control. On, look at that. ABS on. Now that's epic. So yeah, well, the car sounds not bad. The handling's really good, quite sharp. And the acceleration feels pretty good. It feels okay. It feels like the Enzo in terms of like how the Enzo Ferrari sounds or feels more like. so that's not a bad car at all. I'm generally really happy about the two cars we've got today. Yeah, they're brilliant. I know the Jag's not the most best car for performance-wise. Like, it's got really terrible handling, terrible brakes, not that fast. It's just as fast as well, it's got less brake horsepower than the Jaguar Mark II, which is not a really good stepping stone for being a race car. So let's check out the brand new car from the Forza shop. Now, I have tried to merge these videos together because, of course, I've realised now that, of course, the video is what, a day late, and if I do another one, it'd be another day late. So I just think it's worth just merging the two. I'm not going to worry about doing the Forza today. The Forza itself is quite simple. You just got to buy the Morgan three-wheeler, which is quite difficult sometimes. I'd pay like 28 grand for mine. You've got to drift around, get 6 stars in a drift event, so just go around, get some drift skills. Overtake someone while drifting, and then there's another one as well. I can't remember it. I think it was like there's a lot of drifting involved. It's not my best skills. Thread the needle, that's the one. I did struggle on that one I did struggle on that last time I had thread the needle. I don't know whether I put that on YouTube or not when I struggled with it, because I think my video corrupted or something. Yeah, but yeah, so thread the needle is not the easiest, but if you find a good place, it's quite good. So to be honest, doing that, you don't really need a tutorial. It's quite easy. Just got to go through a few traffic, drift around some corners, and yeah, so it's not too bad. But I just think that my video is 16 minutes already. I need to sort of speed things up a little bit. So now we've got the 2018 KTM Expo or Crossbow GT4. Now that I've never ever heard of. This thing is, I've never heard of it. All I knew was they made the Crossbow or the Expo, and yeah, I never even knew they had even a new car in store. But yes, this one looks amazing. So let's go and buy it now. 200 falls upon points, which is not too bad. I think it's about 100 falls points less than the 812 when that came out. So, a comparative car for this would be, what is it? Tractor. So we go to Tractor. And go to class. So where are we at? So where are we gone? Yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong class completely. I think ultimate tractor, extreme tractor. That's the one. That's why I thought it seemed a little bit. Extreme tractor. There we go. So we've got a few different vehicles in this one. We've got some of them drift cars, which are completely pointless to even trying to compare this against. We've got my custom Zonda. We've got also a standard Zonda, which is considerably cheaper by what, 800k. And let's have a look at the performance figures. I'll scroll down. 739 brake horsepower compared to 789, so 50 brake horsepower more than the Zonda, and it is a little bit heavier actually. It's about 205 pounds heavier than the Zonda are. So that's quite a good comparable. They are pretty similar looking cars in the fact that they are stripped out, hunkered down versions of supercars. But there is an 800k difference. So let's go and put it to the test and we'll try them. So I don't think we'll worry about the Jag because I know I should do, but at the end of the day the car handles so rough that it's not even worth it. I think it's going to be one of the cars that you'd end up spending something else on. Like if you really wanted a cheap race car like that, go for the Porsche, whatever one was there. There's the 550 Spider. That one's going to be worth your money because at the end of the day you're spending 600k, which if you get it on the base price in the auto show or the auction, I mean, that's be 60k. So that would be the car to go for compared to the Jag, which would be 500k minimum. So yeah, so I would definitely, if you're going to go for a car for a cheap but average car, I'd go for the Porsche. The D-Type or the C-Type even was a good car just to drive around in, and it's a nice car to actually have in the game, but it's not a car to use for racing particularly anymore. Anyway, so what we're going to do here, the FXX, is going to be a rival for the Zonda. I think that'll be a good test to do. But funny enough, the KTM X-Bow or the Crossbow GT4 is also in this class, which I'm quite surprised about. I thought that would be in the other one, the one with the other KTM and the BAC mono and that lot. So let's go and give it a try and why it has such a higher class rate. Oh, that's a menacing looking car. That is mental. This is how the KTM X-Bow should always be. Wow, that is a really good car. Huh, that's a surprise. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to open like normal doors. They've literally just put a body over a KTM, haven't they? That's all they've done. There's one. Oh, it's not doing what I'm thinking to do. Well, we can go jump in here anyway. It looks exactly the same as an X-Bow or a Crossbow, but a couple of tiny bits changed. The buttons look a tiny bit different, and also there's no gear stick. It looks like it's got flappy paddles, that's why. And where's the buttons to activate the gears? Weird. The start and stop hazards. Looks like the starter button is underneath that switch to be like a really cool switch to open up and I'll start it up. There's a couple of buttons over there which I'm not quite sure what they are about. Can't really zoom in to have a look either. It's quite irritating. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any gear selections, which is rather weird. But maybe you do it through the flappy paddles. So let's jump out of here. Let's take a look at the bonnet and open that up, which is what I was meant to do in the first place. I decided to do that instead. It seems to be very disobedient, this camera at times. What have we got in here then? Things over this side. There we go. So we've got a massive air filter. Look at that. It goes all the way up the top there. With the air intake through the bonnet. We've got fluid there. We've got, looks to me, I'm not quite sure what fluid that is, whether that's coolant or not. Got lots of blue piping. Can't really see the engine particularly. Just slightly see the head cover there. So yeah, I think this will be a normal 4-cylinder like the KTM has normally. So yeah, let's just give it a go. Crazy looking interior. It's also in a surprising place. I wasn't expecting the to be there. The gears are quite quick, so they're quite surprising. Like how I thought they'd actually rev up for a lot longer than that, but it's quick, so I'm a bit surprised. I don't say these feel very fast. I was pitting this against the FXX, I just don't think it'll cut them up. It's such a menacing looking car, but it just doesn't feel very fast. It feels like it's got quite short gears, but there hasn't got really enough torque to get over the initial inertia of the first gear. I can't move 60 in about 4.5 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. It's not too fast, not too slow even, I mean. So, it doesn't seem, it just feels slow, I don't know what it is. Okay, that's where this car really shines, to be honest. Look at that. I wasn't really going that particularly fast, and I wasn't going that very slow at all, but it went round that really smoothly. So this is where this car's definitely got the upside. The top speed is about 155 miles an hour, so it's not particularly fast. The acceleration doesn't feel very fast, even though it's about 4.5-5 seconds on 60. It's not bad, but it's not like Monte quick. I don't think it's worth even doing a particular good, well maybe it might be worth doing a race. Maybe against this versus the old KTM X-Bar, Crossbar, whatever. Call it. Just, I don't know, there's something about it, just feels slow. But it looks really, really cool though. I really like it. It's a good looking car. It's not a bad sounding car, so it's just a general Forza. It does sound a bit like the aerial Nomad, slightly lower revving, I think, than what a Nomad sounds like in this game. Yeah, I just keep thinking it's going to go higher, I mean it does. If there wasn't so many cars about it, it would be quite nice to see exactly how good this thing is. We've got something in there, still going, there we go. That is really, really good. The grip is just unbelievably good. Even if I'm not having to drive a car, it's really like double drive. Look at that. This is, I don't know whether it's like translating to the video or not, but it feels really good. Like when you go into a corner, you can tell it's got so much grip. I'm going a little bit too fast now. The front end grip is really, really good. It doesn't seem to ever lose the rear end grip, so it is really planted on the ground, but it's just that general speed of it itself is still slow. I mean, I doubt it's slow. I do doubt it's slow. So I think what we should do, all three cars I'm going to test today are in the same class. So the Honda R, the FSX and this. And again, I do apologise for this race not being the most accurate thing ever. Because I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do. There's no way for me to do this other than doing my little custom race with driver cars. But obviously, as you know, the driver cars get in the way, and it just makes the data a little bit inaccurate. But it's the best I can do. I can't time it myself. I have no idea how to put edit a timer onto the screen. I have no idea how to time the screen, time that I race while playing the game. It's been quite hard to do, but it's the best way to go. If only you could remove the drive stars, that would be heaven. Right, so let's just jump into my race here. Here, go to event, my event, and then we go to here. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to turn the streamer mode on. That's really irritating because I keep turning it off just so it can sponsor their music all the time. It's so irritating. So I've got to try and talk over it as much as I can so it can try and get copyrighted on this video. But I've got to remember to turn streamer mode on every single time I play this game, or even when I turn it on. But sometimes I just get on and I just want to straight away record so I can get on with it and upload as quick as possible so I don't end up like being like Monday morning by the time this thing's even uploaded. But yeah, my computer does upload videos very, very slowly, so it ends up being about what? It takes about an hour, 2 hours to upload a 15-minute video. So it's going to take me about nearly 3 hours to get this up. But that's be about what, 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock London time. So yeah, it's quite quite a pain. The video options now before I forget. There's audio down here. Thank you, subscriber who told me that. I still can't remember your name, but whoever told me streamer mode, that I praise you. Oh, right, that's that. Shut up. Well, as much as I could anyway. Right, let's try this thing. They are all unbeatable, so they don't look too bad. The way how that thing's set off originally was just fantastic. But there's no loss of grip at all. There's a slight squeal on the tyres, but squeal that straight away off and on, I think. Brakes are fantastic. The ABS is not brilliant, but it's okay. But you see how quickly we caught up with these people because we went around that corner so accurately. Whoa, there's a lot of grip on rear tyres for the first time. But that was the transition from dirt to tarmac. This is the corner where this car gets shot. Swinging it round, you see this has got such a high steering angle that it just, and so much grip that it goes around with ease. But there we go, so we're there. Come second as always. I said you always come second in these videos, I don't know what it is. But yeah, skipping on, whatever. £5 not too bad for a 30-second race, near enough. And I've just completely skipped through whatever I've got. Oh, well, that wasn't brilliant. Whatever I got that time in is not bad, but it felt good. It did felt good. It did really good. I think what I'll do, if I go to capture options, go to capture options, and then go to record. Damn it, I pressed the wrong button. See, I'm just too tired. You know, I'm just too tired. I'm looking forward to the 11th when I get the day off. Right, solo. Let's go over to when it loads up. Would be nice. They did actually patch this. They didn't use the freeze so much, but now it just seems to freeze all the time. So that, whatever time we did that in, I can imagine it being quite good. So let's go to the Ferrari, which is, I can't ever read this. It makes me go all weird. Like the word, that letters and words seem to like dance about the screen. It's quite weird. It's like some kind of dyslexia, which I've never been diagnosed with. But every time I look on that, I just can't seem to find what I'm looking for. Anyway, so let's jump on there and see how quick this Ferrari FXX is. Now, so far from test drive with the club cars, if you've ever played Test Drive Unlimited 2, there was a thing where you had an online club where you race other people and gain rep for your club. And if your club was a certain amount of money, you'd be able to buy cars, and they're only for that club. So, and 4 of the cars was the Wiseman Roadster MF3, the Lotus 211, the Gumper Apollo S, and the Ferrari FXX. So far, we've got half of them. We've got the 211's been in the game since Horizon 3. And we have this. So that's 2 out of them, 2 down. We just need the Gumper and the Wiseman now. The Gumper would be fantastic. The way how that thing grips on the ground with the Audi engine. Brilliant car. You see how quick that was? This is what I meant by the KTM. Felt like it didn't have enough power to overcome its gears. Brilliant. I'm not surprised that I wouldn't be surprised to watch it, but I can't remember the time of the KTM so I skipped off. Yeah, that's great for it. That is a quick car. I didn't realise how quick it was. Driving around the town and city like that, we just didn't do it any justice. 44.01 seconds. That is really quick. Now let's just give it a test against the Zonda, which is actually quite a comparable car, as it's a little bit less powerful, but it's a lot lighter, where this car's a bit heavier, but a bit more powerful. But the way this thing gripped, that was brilliant. Like, I went round the corner, it would ease. I wouldn't say it has a good steering angle as the KTM. The KTM had a bit of a better steering angle and a bit more front end grip, a little bit more rear end grip as well. But just the acceleration, like it just didn't feel half as fast as this, which is such a shame because the KTM is such a good looking car. So this can't distance at all. But yeah, you know what my point is. It looks like something to go really fast. It's quite modern. It's 13 years younger than this, but it just didn't feel like it had the power. Although again, we haven't considered the fact that this has got a V12 compared to the 4-cylinder in the KTM. But for me, it just felt like the gears were too long or too wide. Like, I don't know if that sounds logical or not, but it felt like the gear cog was too wide or got too much of a large radius for the engine to cope with at first. It needs to, and it feels heavy. I don't know. It feels heavy. I think that's the best way to say it, because it feels like it needs more torque to go overcome the 0 to 60 and everything. But then again, it does sort of improve its lap times by having a superior grip. It has lots of grip front and rear, and that's why it never really lost grip at all. And when you turned into a corner, I went off the track and like going over the apex because it was a lot has a higher steering rate than I thought. And compared to the Ferrari, it was sort of average, and I was kind of used to that. It kind of felt like a Enzo Ferrari, but a tad more like bit more grip, and a tad more grip, and it was a lot faster than 0 to 60. It was not really a good test for a top speed this, but there we go. It's like just a general test. And also when I start off, I put my foot straight down to the ground. So feels pretty similar to Ferrari. Oh yeah, the steering angle is nowhere near as good. It's quite a long car. I think that's where this car has its advantage. It's quite light, but it's very long. Whoa, there we go, little bit of oversteer going on there. There we go. So what time do we do it in? We got it in 44.8, so it's literally 0.8 seconds slower, which sounds like a lot. It's nearly a second slower, right? But at the end of the day, I was slowed down by that 959 because it was going to cut me up, so I had to slow down a little bit. Also, the fact I was slowed down a tad by the shorter steering angle this car had, and because it was quite long, I had to compensate for that by swinging it around that corner, and that slowed me down. So yeah, the FXX is a better car, but then it's 800 grand more expensive. So I don't know. At low revs now, I'm not sure which car sounds better though. It just goes a little bit too high pitch when it comes up to high revs. Apart from that, it's not really wrong. So yes, there we go. Here is my video today, a comparison between the KTM, the FXX and the Zonda R. So my overall conclusion, if I didn't keep smashing my car up, would be lovely. Taken out by the Audi. Oh, way more on. They would do it. They do it every time I follow them. Every single one that goes that way. I should learn. Anyhow, I was in the middle of talking. So as a general overview, the Zonda R is 1.7 million credits, which is a tiny bit cheaper than the FXX, but the FXX has a slightly better lap time by about a second or so. So you do get that extra lap time. I would say this car is a little bit harder to drive. It's not too much different. It hasn't got as much grip as the Ferrari. So the Ferrari is a better car. The Jaguar isn't a very good car. I love it though, because I love the fact that it's a real car. It's not this stupid hooligan car. It's not a stupid Hot Wheels car. Or it's not anything crazy like that. It's actually a real car, and that's what I like about that. So that's what I like about these DLCs. I like cars like that, and I don't mind driving them. I know they handle like rubbish, but they're not bad cars. No, they're just cool to drive around and cool to look at. The FXX is a really good handling car. It's got great acceleration, sounds good. It's got awesome features like the traction control light coming on and that's really cool. And then the KTM, I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but then again, I'm happy with the fact it's a real car. It's exactly the same as the C-Type, really. It's a real car. It looks awesome. It doesn't sound bad. It didn't feel very fast, which I was expecting it to. I was expecting it to sort of be sort of a Caterham R500 quick. That's the sort of idea I got when I first saw that car. But anyway, there we go. Thank you very much for watching this slightly longer video today. Of course, I had to try and merge two videos into one here. So yeah, thank you very much. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. Now, of course, I will be doing like a channel update the next couple of days to talk about why my videos aren't going to be uploading as often as normal. I'm maybe starting my second channel soon, maybe in a matter of maybe 5 weeks. If all goes to plan, if not, then obviously the channel's going to be stuffed until something else happens, so I can start it up again. And of course, I'll be uploading videos about this, but of course they're going to be slightly late, or maybe same as this one. I'll merge the two because I'm going to be quite busy this week again. So yeah, that's the update. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stop me from gibbering because the video's now just clicked over to 40 minutes, which is not what I wanted. I didn't want it to be that long. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've done what I can this week. And I thank you very much for watching. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.